Hello everyone, I'm Miko Peled and I'm speaking to you from Palestine House of Freedom here in Washington, D.C. I want to wish all of our Muslim sisters and brothers Ramadan Kareem. When you donate to Palestine House of Freedom, the money does not go to help a child in the hospital. It goes to furthering the cause of a free Palestine, freeing the child from Gaza. It does not go to the rebuilding of Gaza. Again, it goes to the dismantling of the Gaza concentration camps so that Palestinians can have access to the resources they need, the food they need, the water, the medical care that they need, which again exists in abundance outside of the concentration camp. So this is a larger vision. It's a vision of liberation, of freedom, and of the ultimate goal, of reaching the ultimate goal of a free Palestine. That's why we are here. I want to invite all of you to join our Freedom Funders Society. Our Freedom Funders are a group of wonderful, committed people of all faiths, of all national identities, who commit to $20,000 a year for 5 years. So a total of $100,000 over 5 years. There's many ways to pay it, but the point is that these are people who are seriously committed to the vision of a free Palestine on all of historic Palestine with equal rights. Of course, all donations are helpful. Whatever amount you feel comfortable giving will be cherished and appreciated greatly. As some of you may know, I was born and raised in Jerusalem, and the memories of Ramadan in Jerusalem are really quite wonderful. I remember a particular day during Ramadan, a particular evening, where I was sitting on the steps leading to Damascus Gate in the old city of Jerusalem. Decorations were marvelous, and festivities, and families were out and about, having picnics, and there was music and so on. It was really a wonderful sight. And as I was sitting there, suddenly this little boy came up to me, and he was in tears. He lost his parents in the crowd. And so he came up to me, he goes, Ammo, uncle, I can't find my parents. And so I said, come sit next to me on the steps. I'm sure they'll show up very soon. And of course they did, and they picked him up, and he calmed down, and everything was fine. But the entire atmosphere was really, really wonderful and warm. Another time, I was in Hebron with a group of friends. We were all participating in Arabic classes at Al-Quds University, and we decided to take a trip to visit some friends in Hebron. So we drove to Hebron, and on the way back, it was late at night, and we got lost. And because this was Ramadan, and it was nighttime, the streets were full of people, and the shops were open. So we stopped to ask for directions, and this young, burly, Khalaili Palestinian, from Hebronite, looked into the car, asked us who we were, and we said, we're just lost, we're looking for the way to Jerusalem. And he looked at us and he goes, wait here. And then he disappeared, walked into a store, and he came out a few minutes later with a massive tray laden with halwiyat, with Palestinian sweets for Ramadan. So he gave it to us for the road, to take for the road, and said, you're on the right path, just keep going straight, you'll hit the highway soon. And the last time I was in Palestine during Ramadan, this was before October 7. Unfortunately, after October 7, I've not been able to go, but I was sitting in Abi Saleh, which is one of my favorite places in Palestine, with my brother Bassem Tamimi and his wife Nariman and their family. And we're up all night during suhoor, sitting and talking, and Nariman is reading the Quran, and the kids are coming and going, and then eventually it was time to eat, and daybreak and so forth. So these memories of Ramadan in Palestine are etched in my heart forever. The warmth, the generosity, the festivities, the sense of family and unity. It was really wonderful. Now, we know that the last year and a half or so have been horrific in Palestine. And this is not the first Ramadan that Palestinians have to endure great suffering and great hardship. And in fact, Israel now has a new army chief who is determined, and he already notified, that the job of killing in Gaza is not complete, and he intends to go on and continue. And we know that there are large units of the Israeli military, tank units in particular, that are amassed along the borders with the Gaza Strip. Now, We established Palestine House of Freedom as the home for Palestine in Washington, D.C. Our mission is to educate, and through education to change the conversation in the city from a decidedly pro-Zionist, pro-genocide, pro-apartheid perspective to one that supports the freedom of Palestine and the dismantling of the apartheid state, the dismantling of the Gaza concentration camp and allowing the liberation of the people within it so that they can travel, so that they can go and enjoy the abundance of resources that exist outside of the Gaza concentration camp. So please consider during this Ramadan to support the Palestine House of Freedom, support the cause of a free Palestine. Once again, thank you all very much, and Ramadan Kareem.